name is Becca. I live in Alaska. I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark. My first YouTube, well actually it's not, it's like my 15th. This is going to be the first one I post, I think, because when I showed my first one to my boyfriend, I was in the dark in my office and he said I look like a serial killer, which I didn't take offense to because I am that person that often watches way too much crime documentaries, and that is my Instacart driver because I don't have enough time. Anyway, so I wanted to start a YouTube channel because when I first got onto Poshmark, which originally was because I was searching for a very specific Lululemon jacket that I had misplaced and I couldn't find it anywhere. And when I finally found the style name in a receipt, I think, or in my closet on Lululemon, I was able to search it on Google and eBay popped up and Poshmark popped up, and Poshmark looked a lot more appealing and easy to use. I've used eBay in the past to buy things, but in this case, just Poshmark was super user-friendly and really easy to navigate, so that's how I initially got onto the platform. So after I found my jacket and purchased that on Poshmark, I started just looking around and realizing how many items that I had laying around that people were paying really great money for and I was not using. Given the fact that this was during the lockdown or COVID quarantine or whatever we want to call that, I just was working from home and it wasn't very busy because I was a marketing developer for a nonprofit at the time, so it was almost like part-time, and I just looked around at all the clothes I had for events and all the other clothes I had that I just didn't wear, and I guess we were just in our houses a lot. So I decided to go ahead and try it out, and I think my first item I listed was a Free People purple. I listed the first two items I listed were a Free People purple like negligee swimsuit cover and a pair of sequined Ugg boots. The first mistake I made when listing these is that, well, I made a few. First of all, I didn't check back, so little did I know I had offers and then a sale on both of these things, and then I didn't follow up, so one of them was canceled. I ended up reaching out to that buyer and asking them if they would not mind if I sent them an offer, and they said yes, and they purchased it, and then I sent the other item, the Free People item, late, I think. But basically, this is really not working out in my favor. I thought it would be so much easier the next time around. So I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this, but basically that is my background. That's how I got started. I'm still a part-time reseller. I've had a substantial amount of increased income in our household from Poshmark, and after I kind of figured out what I was doing, so I did a video already, but I'm gonna go ahead and give away a few of those tips and kind of lead into my next video, which was my five top tips, and then I think my 5 biggest mistakes, which I'm probably, spoiler alert, giving them away right now. But sourcing, starting small, getting rid of things in your house and making room for things is a huge deal. And I think often, sometimes, I didn't make this mistake up front, but some other people might get really excited by the idea and making money and overpaying for items and, or paying up, as they will say, in the reselling world, or like accumulating a bunch of stuff before you really even have your own stuff figured out. And the thing about using your own items is there's a lot less risk. you know your items, and often you can either find, you know, everything's in your email these days unless you clean it all out, like I don't, but you can find descriptions, sizes, information, even how much you paid for it on receipts in your email, and you just are more familiar with the brands that you know and love and buy. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, then I had a friend who had a brick and mortar like boutique that went out of business, so I was able to kind of get a lot more inventory from her because she had nowhere to put her stuff and her shop shut down, and that kind of provided me with a big jump as far as diversifying my sizes that I could offer, and also the types of items that I was that I was able to sell, and then having multiple sizes in an item, which is something that we will talk about in my tips and tricks video on how to list those. But that's a little bit about me, about my background, how I got started reselling. Initially, it was kind of just like a fun little side hobby, and then it turned into more of a side hustle. And I've been able, you know, right now I'm trying to sell between $5,000 to $7,000 a month, which brings in about $2,500 to $3,500 depending on what my items are and how I'm sourcing them. And a great thing to do up front, if you don't watch any of my other videos, listen to these things. Start an Excel spreadsheet. You'll thank me later. Don't mix your clothes with the clothes you're listing on Poshmark, because if you misplace something or if you wear something and wreck it, huge mistake. Then, you know, you have that delayed time, you have a missed opportunity for a sale, and you really, especially when you're starting out, want to get those consistent sales, consistent shipping, and build up good reviews and ratings from seller or buyers, so that I always do that, so that people will come back to your closet or consider your items to purchase. So that being said, which I have noticed I also say too much in my other videos, I also was like, thought I had it figured out. Poshmark really encourages you to share. I really wanted to become an ambassador. I cannot tell you how much time and even money that I've wasted when I didn't even know how to use a Poshmark VA, following people, sharing other people's stuff with my Poshmark VA. Like, insane. Doesn't do anything for you, will not help you. In fact, right now I'm trying to go through and unfollow people, because you have a certain limit you can follow or unfollow a day. And I was watching a YouTube earlier, and they said that their sales dramatically decreased when they were following more people than that were following them. So I'm gonna test out that theory. A couple other things that are coming up in my videos. We have top 5 tips, top 5 mistakes. There is my top 8. It's kind of like a little play on MySpace of reselling tools and things I use, such as mailers, cards, numerical stickers, and some more things like that. And then also going over, last week I did a video that I will post after I'm done editing it, of an amazing sales week and what I did right and what I did wrong, and some kind of shockers on what I was surprised with that actually sold. Another thing, as the seasons are changing, I would really encourage anyone that has not done so or hasn't thought about doing this yet to look up the seasonality of your items and consider relisting your items if they have been listed for over 60 days. Before, I thought you had to totally recreate each listing to relist it or use a Poshmark VA, but actually, if it is older than 60 days, you can copy it and delete the old listing, and it shows up as just in, so that will be higher in the search filters depending on how people are sorting. I'll also show you a little trick on how to figure out how old your listing is, and a couple other things. So if you're watching this and you found me on Instagram or you found me from my closet, I'd love to know. So comment below and feel free to subscribe. And I have no idea where this is gonna go, but one of the big things I wanna do is play around with a couple different experiments. I'm a data nerd, so I'm going to try to cross list. I attempted it once and chickened out on Mercari and didn't really love it. But I'm going to try to use a platform that I found from Hustle at Home Mom. I will link her video to that below as well, or maybe I'll wait for that video to shout her out so you find out then. And also a little bit of my process. I did a video on kind of how I get things posted and then how I go through and actually get things in the mail as fast as possible and as efficiently as possible. And just kind of learning a little bit more about, especially if you have multiple items in your closet that are similar, playing around with the name versus the brand descriptions and what to include in your descriptions, how to take photos, how to basically get things online and ready to sell as easily as possible, and then also setting yourself up to be able to mail those out as easily as possible, because time is money. So with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna compare and contrast and see if this video is better than my second video, and maybe I will do a blooper reel or something else, but you gotta start somewhere. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, or comment. I'd love your questions. I'd love to know how you found my video, and have a good one. Talk to you soon. Thank you.